Mystic ancient secrets can all be answered when you ask the mystic Axis Guru. That is I, the great exalted one. I have come across 3 astral projections through the god plane and the hero metamorphosis to give you the knowledge you deserve.
Hey guys, who's here? Lindsay? Petey? Good to have you guys here. I've got to look at something. Oh, okay. I'm printing lens caps for my Sony camera. See if we can't zoom in on it a little better. Make it bigger. Put that down like that. Because it's a pretty small print. There we go. That might be better. Yeah, I'm printing the reverse or the body cap and what's it called? The lens back cover. I got a adapter for Nikon lenses to go on my Sony camera, which is really cool. Hey, Hackerman. So anyway, that's not what we're here for. We're here for this. See yeah, there's my cursor. So Brian's logic thinks he's found something again.
Okay, this video was called Time Trouble. Because even though I've done presentations on this in the past with Adam Meakin, and even singular presentations, I think, in the Quantum Erasers channel and somewhere else, maybe Flatsides, but I've covered this subject. And of course, time zones. If anyone cares to remember what Pastor Will Duffy said just prior to leaving Punta Arenas to travel to Antarctica, he said, we know that time zones are a problem for the globe.
When did Will Duffy say that? Will Duffy never said that. Why do you lie, Brian? Jesus.
The thing is, they're not just a problem, they annihilate the globe. But even though I've shown this in the past and I've gone through it in the past, I still have people who are globe pushers, globe believers.
I mean, intelligent people? Those
who
people?
Are on my channel attacking time zones.
Hey, Ben Thinker.
And trying to, this is what they're literally trying to do. They're literally trying to make 3 hours fit into 2 hours.
Right? No, we make 24 hours fit into 24 hours, dipshit. You're the person who doesn't understand this, Brian.
I'll show here why. But they're literally trying to do that. And that's not me exaggerating. Anyone who knows who these type of people are. These type of people, they will. There's no crazy that they won't go to. And that's about the size of it. The world does not know. I think the world in general is completely ignorant and unaware of what level of crazy is actually out there. Because these people are crazy. But I'm going to go through this anyway and show and detail everything and show where their problem is and why they have a problem. But we all know why they have a problem. It's because there is no globe. But, but I'm going to show exactly why time zones aren't just a problem for the globe. They mean that there is no globe that we already know anyway. But
oh, so time zones mean there isn't any globe. Hey, George.
These people, you must really, I don't know what you must do to convince them that they're wrong or whatever. But
I don't know, come up with some evidence, Brian. How about that? Come up with some proof of flat Earth.
Show to show them that there's no way out, you must really, go to the absolute ends of the end, kind of thing. But that's what they are. So, right, rather than keep talking about it, let's just go through it. This will be slightly different from the other presentations I made on the subject. This is the Mercator projection. This is the closest thing to a map that the globe Earth will ever get to.
No, that's not a map. That's not the only map. Let's see. Google Earth. See, Google Earth. This is the map. This is the globe map. Dip shit. Yeah, see, this is the globe map. Notice how we can zoom into it. See this? We can navigate by it, and it's not flat, dipshit. So, see, this is the closest thing we can get to a globe map, right here. Right here. And I can't. I could zoom out on the whole thing like this. Right. So this is the globe map, Brian. This right here is a projection of the globe. See, this map wouldn't exist without this. See how it's projecting it onto a flat surface? See all these lines are projecting each line of longitude and latitude out onto a cylinder or to the Mercator. Or if you do it from this side, if you do it top to bottom, right, north to south, you get an AE map, dumb fuck. Hey, Robert.
And what they must do to create this map, right, because you can't have, as I've pointed out in the past and in the recent videos, you can't have a globe map because the surface of a sphere is three-dimensional.
No, the surface of a sphere is two-dimensional, Brian. You've been told this before. The surface of a sphere is two-dimensional. The sphere itself is a three-dimensional object. God damn, you're dumb.
It's why you can't draw a triangle onto a sphere because it won't be.
Yeah, you can. See this point here? You got this point here. There's a line. Here's another line. Here's the third line, Brian. Huh. 1, 2, 3 points. 1, 2, 3 lines. Isn't that weird how we can do shit that you say we can't do? Hey, Extra J.
Be a triangle number.
Oh, he thinks he knows more than everybody and thinks he's found something in the time zones. Typical flurf bullshit.
One and number two is that it will have a greater area in it within those three bold lines than.
The area inside of a spherical triangle means nothing, Brian. Absolutely fuck all.
It will have when those lines are straightened, right? And the lines are lengthened as well. But point being is that the globe, there's no way to turn a three-dimensional sphere into a two-dimensional map.
What? What did you just fucking say, Brian? What the fuck did you just say?
Right, and the lines are lengthened as well. But point being is that the globe, there's no way to turn a three-dimensional sphere into a two-dimensional map.
You're showing how it's done here, Brian. Are you dumb? Are you fucking retarded? You're showing how it's done right here, Brian.
Right, it's not possible to do. The surface of a sphere.
Except this is how it's done. And yes, it is possible, stupid. Holy fucking shit, Brian, you're dumb. And dishonest as fuck. Look at this. Hey, Citizen J, or Citizen 9. Look at this lying fuck saying there's no way to do it while showing how it's done.
sphere is three-dimensional. If it wasn't now official sources will say it's two-dimensional, but that's because they need to say that so they can use the latitude and longitude grid and use Cartesian grids and stuff like that.
What the fuck are you talking about? What in the literal fuck are you talking about, Brian?
Because what they want to do is
Hey, Calder.
move around the land masses into a situation like this and mess around with time zones and stuff like that to try and say they have a map of a globe when that's not the case at all. They need to mutate reality and then tell you, when they hand you that mutation, they then try and tell you that that's reality. That's what they always try to do. But the whole thing,
I don't know what you're talking about mutation, but yeah, the map represents the Earth, and all maps are projections of the globe, Brian. I don't know what to tell you.
is a mess.
I really don't.
When you take, if you were to take any piece of land off of the surface of a sphere Earth, you mathematically must remove spherical excess because you have to remove that.
Wait, say what? What did you just fucking say again?
They always try to do, but the whole thing is a mess. When you take, if you were to take any piece of land off of the surface of a sphere Earth, you mathematically must remove spherical excess.
Why? Why, Brian? Why do we have to remove spherical excess if you take land off the globe? How the fuck do you even do that, Brian?
Because you have to remove that
God
whole
damn.
dimension. This is the thing, right? And even, like if you look into the use of certain formulas out there, the whole purpose of them is to add in that third dimension. It's a joke. But I have a lot of these people on my
See, you don't know how spherical excess is measured. You don't know anything, Brian. Why do you keep making these fucking videos?
channel on the comment sections of my
Holy
videos
shit.
arguing that the surface of a sphere is two-dimensional. Well, if it's two-dimensional, you'll be able to take a triangle or a square, which are two-dimensional shape, and place it onto the surface of this supposedly two-dimensional globe.
Right, we can, Brian. We most certainly can. See, this, you got a point here, and you got a point here, and you got a point here, and a line here. So you got a line, a point, a line, a point, a line, a point, a line. That's a triangle, Brian. Sorry if it hurts your fucking feelings, but suck it.
Without any distortion. But that won't happen. And you can't place a grid onto it, a two-dimensional grid onto it, without...
Yeah, you can. It'll be distorted. But, yeah, you could take this grid and put it back on the Earth, and it'll look like this. See this grid here, Brian? See this grid? Here, see these grid lines, you dumb fuck?
distortion. That won't happen either. And the reason it won't happen is because the surface of a sphere is not two-dimensional. It's three-dimensional.
Okay, let's see. Is the surface of a sphere two-dimensional or three-dimensional? Surface of a sphere is two-dimensional, 2D, even though it exists within an enclosed and encloses a three-dimensional space. It's a 2D surface because any point can be precisely located using two coordinates, such as latitude and longitude, without needing a third coordinate for thickness. You stupid motherfucker.
So once you try and place a two-dimensional shape or two-dimensional grid onto it, you distort it immediately. Proof of that is just here. What they've had to do to create this map here is they've had to take all...
Make a projection of the globe? So you just said that can't be done, Brian.
all the longitude lines and make them parallel to each other, as opposed to divergent from north center, which is what they really are. They've had to make them all parallel to each other and make the latitude lines then parallel to each other. So they're not concentric circles anymore. And they create...
What do you mean there aren't concentric circles? These aren't concentric circles? These aren't concentric circles? Yeah. And the only reason this isn't concentric is because you opened it up.
Create a kind of an ad hoc XY grid out of this, out of the latitude and longitude grid, which is a polar grid, which I'll show in a while. There is that is what the latitude and longitude grid is. This one here.
Okay, and these aren't concentric lines anymore. These aren't concentric. See, this is a projection of the globe, Brian. This is not reality. This is a projection of reality onto a flat surface.
You look at that grid there. That's the latitude and longitude grid. That's the real one. But they've had to mutate it. Normally, this type of XY grid works perfectly with a polar grid. But when you turn that polar grid into an XY grid, then you're mutating the polar grid. You know what I mean? You're after destroying the whole purpose of the thing. But
God, what a dumb fuck.
either way, what this does is it messes with time
Thanks for stopping by, Extra J.
zones, just to show. So, just a quick, brief overview of what happens. I know you all can probably just see it and know it by looking at it, but they take the sphere, they turn it into a cylinder, right?
No, they turn it into whatever projection they need to turn it into, Brian. They don't necessarily turn it into a cylinder. If this is the projection they need, they turn it into that. If you need a Mercator projection, you turn it into a Mercator projection. If you need an AE map, you turn it into an AE map. God damn, dude. Holy fuck, what is wrong with you?
Projecting parts of it upwards and downwards and straight on. And then they roll out the cylinder into a rectangle. And that's how they come up with the Mercator projection. So here is the projection itself.
But Brian, you just said that you can't create a flat map from a globe, and now you're showing how it's done. God, you're a lying fuck.
And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. 24, right?
Yes, it's divided into 24 lines of longitude. Yes. 24 hours. Each one of these represents an hour of the travel of the sun across the sky, which is due to the rotation of the Earth. Each one of these represents 15 degrees.
Time zones upon it, right? So, if I just...
No, there aren't 24 time zones, Brian. There are more than 24 time zones. Time zones are political, man. They aren't geographic.
Go in here a sec.
See, Brian's not smart enough to understand the difference between time zones and longitude. He's just not smart enough. He's dumb as dog shit.
You can see Australia, right? It's a bit blurry there, but you can see Australia, right?
All right, citizen, on the money's in your PayPal.
You can see that where Sydney is and Brisbane, and that would be Sydney, Newcastle, Brisbane, all this. This is all in this area here, right? Which would be almost halfway into this time zone. Then you have another time zone here, another time zone here, and then out here you have Perth in this time zone. So basically Australia is stretching across kind of 2.5 time zones, maybe 3 time zones, right? So that's what it shows that's what it's showing Australia to be on. This is supposedly a correct world map, right? But Australia, this is wrong. This is not the times in Australia. This is not the time zones in Australia, as I will show. So this is what they want you to believe. This is what they want you to just take on board. That does. Australia stretches across basically basically you're talking within 45 degrees. So Australia sits between 40 and 45, within 40 and 45 degrees of longitude. This is what they want you to believe.
No, that's what actually happens, Brian. It's not what we want you to believe. That's reality. Okay? This is reality.
So, right, let me see. 1 second. I'll go here first. Not sure exactly how to lay this out. So here is Australia, as you can see, right? Here's Brisbane, Newcastle, Sydney, right? You also have Melbourne and Hobart all over this side. You have that Adelaide here, and then over here you have Perth. So this is all Eastern Australia. This is not Central Australia, but it's heading for its let's say East Central Australia, and then you have Perth in Western Australia, right? So, right, Brisbane UTC time. Brisbane, Australia operates on a fixed offset of UTC plus 10 hours. That means it's 10 hours ahead of London, right? London at the prime meridian, Greenwich. Sydney, right, is at present, they have it down as plus 11, but this is only due to daylight savings, right? Because it's actually Sydney.
No, it's not just because of daylight savings time. Sydney observes daylight savings time. It'll change to UTC plus 10, but outside of daylight savings time, it's UTC plus 11. You can't even fucking read the shit that you're bringing up, Brian. How fucking stupid are you? Jesus Christ,
observes
man.
daylight savings until April the 7th, April 5th, right? So Sydney they have down as plus 11, right? Which is ridiculous because Brisbane is plus 10, and that's further east.
No. Okay. But no, it's see, Australia is that side of England, Brian, not this side.
In Sydney, right? So daylight savings, I will show us keep rubbish. And you have Adelaide down as UTC plus 10:30, which is also rubbish because it's
No. Why is that rubbish, Brian? Because you need time zones to be even on the hour? Well, suck it, brother. It's not going to happen. Time zones are not geographical, they are political. And everybody in his fucking chat is telling him the time zones are political and not geographical. And he's like, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. Oh my God, what a fuckwit.
It's actually 9:30 as they show here. It is UTC 9:30, but they have it down as 10:30 because Adelaide observes daylight savings, right? So daylight savings are
right. They all observe daylight savings, dipshit. They all observe daylight savings.
And you have the same here for Hobart. Hobart should be plus 10.
Do you think daylight savings is like all the time? Is that what you think, Brian?
Right, so Sydney should be plus 10. Brisbane is plus 10. Sydney should be plus 10, or is plus 10 in reality, not plus 11.
Why? Why?
Hobart is plus 10 in reality, not plus 11. And Adelaide in reality is plus 9.5, not plus 10.5. Right? Newcastle.
No, not in reality, Brian. In your made-up little fucking head. That's how you want it to be, but that's not how it is, bitch. You dumb fuck.
Newcastle the same, right?
God damn, Brian's dumb as fuck, isn't he?
But the offset will then become plus 10, right? Eastern Standard Time, blah, blah, blah. Right? This is only due to daylight savings, right? Perth, right? Perth, Australia operates on Australian Western Standard Time, which is plus 8, right, all year round. Because Perth does not observe daylight savings time. So there's no daylight savings in Perth, no daylight savings in Brisbane, right?
Not when it's not daylight savings time, but when it's daylight savings time, as you can fucking see by the shit you're putting on the screen, that when it's daylight savings time, it is daylight savings time. They use it.
Brisbane is further east than Sydney, so that means it's further away from.
I guess Brisbane doesn't use it, maybe. Daylight savings, none.
Perth. Now, it's a bit more north, but it's further away from Perth. And it's plus 10 UTC. Perth is plus 8 UTC. So, Australian cities range from +8 to +11, but this is obviously daylight savings. Major Australian cities, GMT, blah, 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 Sydney +11, Melbourne +11, Canberra +11, Hobart +11, Adelaide +10:30, Brisbane +10, which is further east than all of them up above, and Darwin +9:30, which is what Adelaide should be. Then you have Perth +8. Note down here, during non-daylight saving months, April to October, eastern cities, Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra, Hobart, fall back to GMT +10, and Adelaide to GMT +9:30, right? So daylight savings, once that's added on, it adds an hour that doesn't exist. That's all that happens there. Their actual resting state is an hour less, right? What is the correct standard time difference between Sydney and Perth? Sydney is generally 3 hours ahead of Perth during daylight savings time and 2 hours ahead during standard time, because Perth does not observe daylight savings, current, right, blah, blah, blah. So, so non-daylight savings times, Sydney and Perth are 2 hours correct apart, right? Now, obviously, Sydney has to be only 2 hours away from, apart from Perth, because Brisbane is further east than Sydney, and that's 2 hours. So there's no way Sydney can be 3 hours. It's a joke, right? So, but daylight.
No, Brian, you're the joke, okay? You don't understand the simplest of shit. You're a clown.
Daylight savings is not correct standard time. Okay, what is the correct standard time? What is correct standard time based on? Right, standard time versus daylight time. Standard time is the year-round baseline, right? Daylight savings is a seasonal legal adjustment. So daylight savings is not proper. It's a legal adjustment, often 1 hour. It is not real. It is just added in. But the baseline is winter.
No, daylight savings is quite real, dumb fuck. It is quite real. What? Did someone come in that I can't see? I'm not seeing his name. Oh, monkey. Oh, there's a user who is on Blitz's show quite a bit, named Monkey Cat in the chat or something like that. But you're talking about Monkey, okay?
Winter time, which is correct standard, correct local time is winter time, right? And that is the baseline. Standard time is the year-round baseline, right?
Until it changes once a year, and then changes back once a year. Yeah, it's the standard until it isn't.
So, standard time versus daylight savings time.
I mean, I bet he doesn't even know why we created daylight savings time. I bet he doesn't even fucking know that. We created daylight savings time because in the winter months it gets too dark. It gets dark early, and we need and since we didn't have anything but fucking gas lighting, kind of funny, huh? Since all we had was gas lights, and no real way to illuminate the workspace. We sent people home early. You'd get up an hour early and go home an hour early, so you'd have light to work with by the time it was quitting time, Brian. Oh my God, you're fucking stupid.
Standard time is the baseline, while daylight savings shifts the clock forward to provide more light in the evenings during warmer months. So standard time is the baseline. There is no other baseline. Daylight savings is not real.
Right. Something doesn't have to be the baseline to be real, Brian. The baseline is what time it is throughout the year, and then daylight savings time advances that up an hour. And then when we go back to standard time, it goes back an hour. What the fuck are you talking about? It's absolutely fucking real. It's so real, we have to change our fucking clocks by an hour, you dumb fuck.
Right? Is daylight savings real time? Daylight savings time is not real solar time for an artificial human-made
Right, it's not real solar time, but it's an artificial human-made adjustment. It's absolutely fucking real.
adjustment, right? So it's not real. It's just an adjustment that they
No, it's not real solar time.
add in.
Jesus fucking
Is daylight
Christ.
savings a legal thing? Yes, daylight savings time is a legally mandated practice in many countries. So that's all
So, how can something that's not real be legally mandated, you dumb motherfucker?
daylight savings is. It's a legal thing. It is not correct time.
Yes, it is correct time, Brian. When we have to change our clocks read daylight savings time. So it's absolutely real time. It's not real solar time. Holy fuck, you're stupid. You can't even read the shit you put up on the page, up on the screen, Brian. You're not that smart. You're dumb as dog shit.
Right, sorry. Is a time zone 15 degrees? In theory, yes. A standard time zone is 15 degrees wide, right?
Yeah?
It's based on 24 hours, obviously.
Right. Oh, you didn't read this. The Earth is a sphere of 360 degrees, Brian. Why didn't you read that? Huh? Why didn't you read that, Brian?
Right? 15 by 24 is 360 degrees.
Yeah, 360 degrees, meaning the Earth is a sphere.
Is 1 hour 15 degrees of longitude? Yes, 1 hour of time is equivalent to 15 degrees of longitude.
This is because the Earth completes a full 360-degree rotation in approximately 24 hours.
So 1 hour is 15 degrees of longitude.
Right. Yes, absolutely. That's because the Earth completes a full 360-degree rotation in approximately 24 hours.
Right? And
So you're just going to ignore that? You're going to ignore that and this? Just what you're going to do, Brian? You fucking piece of shit.
a standard time zone is 15 degrees wide. So 15 degrees is 1 hour, and a standard time zone is 15 degrees. Okay?
Right. And did you read what it said down there, Brian? With the 15-degree rule, it's the scientific basis for time zones. Real world boundaries are rarely straight lines. They are often bent or adjusted for several reasons. Political boundaries. Countries often adjust time zone lines to follow state or national borders so that the single region can operate on the same time. You dumb motherfucker.
1 hour, and a standard time zone is 15 degrees. Okay?
I don't know what he thinks, Citizen 9. It's fucking hard to tell.
So, is there 24 standard time zones? Technically, the Earth is divided into 24 theoretical standard time zones, right? Each covering roughly 15 degrees of longitude to correspond.
Due to political decisions, fractional offsets, e.g., 30 or 45 minutes, and daylight savings time. Some places don't even don't even use daylight savings time, Brian. Did you know that?
With the 24 hours in a day, not 25 ballers or 39 or any other rubbish that these people want to come out with. There's only 24 hours in a day. If you're trying to add in an extra,
right? Yeah, days are 24 hours. You get a gold star, Brian.
Or then you're saying there's 25 hours in a day. If you're trying to add in a load of
no, not saying it's 25 hours. Hold on a second.
extra hours, then you're saying there's God knows how many hours.
No, Brian. Nobody's saying that there's more than 24 hours in a day, dumb fuck. You don't understand how time zones work. That's why you're confused. If you weren't a dumb motherfucker, you might not be so confused.
In a day. I think overall, when you leave these idiots out, they end up with 38 hours.
No, no, we don't. We have 38 time zones, not 38 hours, Brian. Notice 30 or 45-minute fractional offsets and daylight savings time. So you're not reading the shit you're posting, Brian. I wonder why.
Has anyone ever observed a 38-hour day? I certainly haven't. Right. How many time zones are there between 10 and 8? There are 2 time zones between UTC 10 and UTC 8. Right. When looking at the difference between these 2 specific offsets, the gap between plus 10 or plus 8 and plus 10 lies UTC plus 9. Right. So what they're talking about there is very simple. Right. What they're saying is, I just showed you. Here is a 24-hour clock. Okay. Now, when we add an arrow here between 8 and 10, this is like that's 24 hours. So that's a full solar day, right? 24 hours. So 8, 9, 10. Between 8 and 9, there's 15 degrees of longitude, which is one time zone. Between 9 and 10, there is another 15 degrees of longitude, which is a second time zone. That's why there is 2 hours between 8 and 10. And
yeah, because 10 minus 8 is 2, Brian. Wow, you can do simple math.
2 hours, sorry, 2 time zones between 8 and 10, and there is 30 degrees of longitude, right?
No, not necessarily, Brian. Not necessarily. Now, solar time, yeah, but not time zones. Holy fuck, not in the United States, yeah. Got 3 even time zones. But again, those are crooked. Those aren't completely straight. You're a dumb fuck, Brian.
Here is a 360 degree, right, broken up into 30 degree sections, polar grid, right? And when I overlay it, right, with the 24-hour clock, you can see there's only 30 degrees of longitude between 8 and 10, because the clock, the 24-hour clock, and even the 12-hour clock, is based on the latitude and longitude grid, which is a polar grid that extends from north central outwards. Right?
To the South Pole, Brian. Extends from the North Pole to the South Pole.
This is what it is. Now, the ballers are trying to say, this is what they've been trying to do. Say that 8 is a time zone, 9 is a time zone, and 10 is a time zone. And the reason is...
No, not necessarily. Depends on where in the world you are, Brian. Did you know in China, there's only one time zone? It's the Emperor's time.
Doing that is because they're trying to add an extra time.
Did you know in Russia there's half-hour time zones and 45-minute time zones? Did you know that, Brian?
Zone in, right, an extra hour into Sydney, into Australia, that doesn't exist, right? As you can see right here, you have this extra time zone that doesn't exist, basically. I just want to go right. If I go back to,
I am printing back, and I'm printing body covers for a Sony camera, 2 body covers, and 2 lens back covers for Sony lenses.
Where is this one, right? So they're trying to add in a 3rd time zone in here that doesn't exist, because Adelaide will be 9:30, and
no, they aren't adding anything that doesn't exist, Brian. If they say the time zone exists, it exists. Sorry if it hurts your feelings, man.
It'll be 9 o'clock over here. So you have 10 o'clock here, right? This will be 9:30. You'll have 9 o'clock over here, and Park then is in 8 o'clock. But they're trying to say, so between 10 and 9, that's 15 degrees, that's 1 hour. And between 9 and 8, that's another 15 degrees, that's 2 hours. But the ballers are literally, these people are trying to say that between 10 and 9 is 15 degrees in 1 hour. Between 9 and 8 is another 15 degrees, that's 2 hours. And there's a 3rd hour between 10 and 9. This is...
No, there isn't a 3rd hour, Brian. There's a 3rd time zone. Time zones are political, Brian. They aren't geographical.
Literally what I've been dealing with. And people who don't know these people who might watch this video and think, oh, I'm on a globe, what's this silly flat earth stuff about? You need to deal with these people that are supposedly supporting the rubbish that you believe in. They are trying to say that between 8 and 10, right, that right on the clock, on a 24-hour clock or a 12-hour clock, they're trying to say that this is 3 hours. That's literally.
No, they aren't, Brian. You dumb motherfucker. What time is it on in that third time zone? What time is it? It's like 8:30, 9:30. Did you even fucking read the shit that you just put on the fucking screen about Australia?
Australia that does time zone in, right, an extra hour into Sydney, into Australia.
UTC 10 includes regions like Eastern Australia, Melbourne, Papua New Guinea. Okay, he didn't have it here. But yeah, on a different page, it explains that it's a 30-minute offset, you dumb fuck. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. How can someone be this fucking stupid? Seriously.
Are trying to claim that there's 3 hours of time between 8 and 10. Because a time zone is 15 degrees.
No, time zones are not 15 degrees apart, Brian. Not all of them. Not all of them. The ones that fall on the line of longitude. Excuse me. Hold on. The ones that fall on the lines of longitude, they're 15 degrees apart, but not all time zones fall on the degrees of longitude. Time zones. See, here's a time zone that goes this way and across this way. You think that's a straight line, dumb fuck? No, it's not. See how it's split up? See how it's split up? See, you've got the 105 degree longitude line here, and this is how it's set up. It's set up out of convenience, dumb fuck. Does that look like straight lines? No, it doesn't. And they could have fucking done this a little bit better. They could have come down to this line, come all the way down here, then just moved over here. That makes more sense, right? But they didn't do it the way it makes sense.
An hour is 15 degrees of longitude, and each time zone is an hour. But they're trying to say that there is 3 time zones.
There you go, 3 time zones, not 3 hours, 3 time zones.
Between 8 and 10. Right, so if it's 10 o'clock in Sydney and it's 8 o'clock in Perth, they're trying to say there's 3 time zones.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that would be 45 degrees.
No, that wouldn't be 45 degrees, Brian. Okay, it would be. Oh, well, okay, it would be 45 degrees. So what? That's a half an hour time zone, stupid.
This is what.
Hey, Cygnus.
You're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with crazy people, right? So, to continue this on, even though I shouldn't really have to, but I will because of the people we're dealing with.
Because you're dumb as fuck and you think you're making a point?
They need to learn this because they're not learning, right, in general.
Oh, we need to learn this. You don't need to learn this, Brian? Yes, you do. Yeah, you need to learn this because what you're saying is complete fucking rubbish.
Sorry. This
God, what a dumb fuck.
right, as you can see here, just come out a bit. As you
And it's not the dumbness, it's the fucking arrogance behind it. It's what gets me. He's just so arrogant, so certain in what he's saying is right.
can see, there is obviously Australia is stretching across more than 2 time zones on this.
No, it's stretching across more than two lines of longitude, stretching across 3 lines of longitude. But those aren't the time zones, Brian.
Mercator projection. It's obviously doing that. This here is a far better representation
I mean, how can you be so fucking confused about this?
of reality. This is the correct layout of the latitude and longitude grid. This is not a correct world map, right? It's probably this layout here. I done something like this originally, and I made a video about the changing of the longitude lines, longitudinal reassignment, I call it.
I mean, longitudinal? You dumb fuck. No, they don't reassign longitude, stupid. The longitude lines are set.
Which is the reassigning of longitude lines into their correct positions, which would
Jesus
change
Christ.
Perth and Sydney's longitudinal positions. But it's the more correct position. And the Viking, one of the flat earthers, did something similar to what I did, and this is his work more or less. And he picked a better map. He did a good job of it. So, but this is exactly the point. So this map here, even though it's not correct, things are not correct on this map. It's still probably the most correct world map in existence. More than likely,
No, it's not, Brian. No, it fucking isn't.
because at least the time zones are correct on it, but they're not correct on this map. Do you know what I mean? This is not correct. So let's just show here. This is Google Earth, and you can see that Australia here.
There's a globe map, Brian. There's a globe map.
Now, these are these aren't 24. These aren't. There's not like 24. These are slightly different. Sorry.
Say what? Yes, there's 24 lines here, Brian.
The way Google Earth does it, the way it lays it out, is it lays it out in singular meridians. When you calculated it out, between Sydney and Perth, there's 40 or around 40 degrees of longitude. Yet there's no way for that to be true, because we know that between Sydney and Perth, or between Newcastle and Perth, and Brisbane and Perth, it all has to be within 30 degrees.
No, Brian. No. Oh my God, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Where is that little bugger? Let's see. How can I get the, what's this? Uh, hmm. It doesn't give me, oh wait, here, custom. Doesn't have, longitude. No longitude lines. What's this? This is editing stuff. Let's see. Australia. Australia, Australia, Australia. We love you. Amen. So, no, Brian. Let's see. Gold Coast longitude, Australia? That is 153 degrees. So it's 153. And let's see. Geraldton, Australia, longitude. And it is 114 degrees. So 100, Echo, what's 153 minus 114?
The result is 39.
So there's 39 degrees between here and here. Not 30.
Now, maybe Northern Australia.
I'll be right back. Monkey likes to get right in front of me and walk really, really slow. All right.
Australia, some parts of it maybe somehow, maybe up here, maybe might stretch further into the next time zone. But we know that all this under half of Australia here, let's just say at the Tropic of Capricorn, you can more or less say if you cut it from the Tropic of Capricorn down, you can more or less say, or just below that, say that all of that is within 30 degrees. Now, the thing is that
No, this isn't within 30 degrees, Brian. Each one of these lines is 30 degrees.
that can't happen.
How could each one of these lines is 15? How can you have 30 degrees with 15, 30, 45? Almost yeah. So don't know what to tell you, Brian. You're a dumb fuck.
If the Earth is a globe. If the Earth is a globe, then Australia must cover 40 or 40 plus degrees.
It covers 39, Brian. 39 degrees. We just proved this.
And must cover 3 time zones. But the problem was that they had was that across.
So it does cover 3 time zones, as you showed in your evidence, Brian. So welcome to the globe. You heard it here. You heard it here. You heard him say it out of his filthy lying mouth. If the Earth is a globe, Australia will span about 40 degrees. 40 degrees. Right?
Across the 32nd degree north latitude between is it Charlotte, South Carolina, and Long Beach, California. There is between those two.
And actually, these aren't 30. These aren't 15 degrees. These are 10 degrees. See, this is 90. This would be 100. This is 110. So each one of these would be 7.5. See, this is 15 from here to here, Brian. So 1, 2, then you got some left over.
Places, they're on the 32nd degree north latitude, and there is a 3-hour correct local standard time difference, right, between those two places, right. Whereas between Brisbane, Sydney, Newcastle, and Perth.
So what happens if your boss says, okay, tomorrow we change to daylight savings time, you need to come into work an hour early? What are you going to tell him? Oh, time zones aren't real. Is that what you're going to tell him, Brian? You dumb fuck.
There is only a 2-hour correct time difference, right? Now, they are similar in distance, and actually between Brisbane and Perth would be longer, a bigger distance than between Charleston and Long Beach, right? So, but even between Sydney and Perth, there was only, I think, 100 or 108 miles of a difference in the distance between Sydney and Perth and Charleston and Long Beach. So across the same amount of distance in America, across the same latitude, there is one extra time zone. That's only possible if the Earth's flat. There is no other way.
How is that only possible if the Earth is flat, Brian? How? How is that possible? Jesus fucking Christ.
For that to be possible.
Yeah, flirt for the job. Exactly.
It can't work any other way. The only reason, and the reason that is the case, and the reason it is because the Earth is flat. There is no way around it, which is why our opposition have been trying so hard to add in a third time zone in Australia that doesn't exist.
No, they exist. Call anybody in Australia and ask who lives there and ask them what time zone they're in, Brian. Ask them. Call. I dare you. You think the people in Australia are making shit up?
Then try and say that the 9:30 for Adelaide is a time zone, but that's not a time zone.
Yes, it is. It's a 30-minute offset time zone, Brian. Again, time zones aren't longitude.
Right? That's just a position they give Adelaide. Right? A time zone is 15 degrees. It's 1 hour. So between
No, time zones aren't 15 degrees and 1 hour. They vary, Brian.
Sydney, right?
Jesus fucking Christ.
And wherever 9 o'clock is, which would be over here, wherever 9 o'clock is, probably somewhere around here, right? Adelaide is here.
Oh my
right?
God.
Down here, I think it is. And it's 9:30, right? Hobart, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, all of them are all, let's say, 10, right? Adelaide is 9:30. And then over here, Perth is 8. Now, that means there is 10, 9, 8. 2 hours. End of story.
No, that's not what that means, Brian. You got 10, 9, 9:30, or 8, 9, 9:30, and 10. That's how the time zones are set up. That's how the government set them up, you dumb fuck.
No ifs, no buts, no maybes. There is nowhere to add in a third time zone because you have to then add in a third hour that doesn't exist. There isn't 3 hours between 10 and 8. There is only 2. So there's
Jesus
no way
fucking
around this.
Christ.
This is the problem for them. This is why Pastor Will Duffy mentioned this.
So you think on on an AE map, if you draw the time zones out, it's gonna be different? Is that what you think, Brian? Jesus fucking Christ! Holy shit!
This is why he mentioned it before
My
when he was
God.
in Punta in his hotel room before he took just literally before his last live stream before he got on the flight to go to Antarctica for the TFE. He mentioned this because of this. This is the
No, Will Duffy never said that time zones are a problem for the globe. Never, ever, Brian. You're a lying sack of shit.
very reason. And it's not just Australia, but that's just a great example. You also have where are we? That's Hawaii and Tahiti. Maybe not long way. They're off. Going to be here somewhere. That's sorry, over this way. So you also have Hawaii and Tahiti, where I have to go looking for now. Down in the Pacific, where they are all in the same time zone. Hawaii and Tahiti, or maybe use a different map here. Right, they're in the same time zone. Let's see if I can find them here. As Hawaii and Tahiti is here somewhere too, but it's in the wrong time zone. So Hawaii, because of like maps like this
No, it's in whatever time zone they put it in, Brian.
is like a stretched out type of this is a kind of a Gleason's projection type map. As you can see, Australia is right. They try to say this is a globe projection that's flattened out, but you can't do that.
Yes, that is a globe projection that's flattened out, Brian. It absolutely is.
You can't flatten out globe projection. You can't.
What do you mean you can't flat? That's what a globe projection is, Brian. It's the surface of the globe projected onto a flat surface, you dumb fuck. Hey, Stanley.
Take a globe and flatten it out and have it look like this. So what they've really tried to do is mess with the time zones with this, right? Which is why Australia here is stretching between 1, 2, 3, is stretching across into 4 time zones.
No, it's the same latitude lines, Brian. The same number of latitude lines. It's the exact same, Brian. It's just stretched out because this is a projection of the globe. Holy fuck, you're stupid. You really are dumb as dog shit, Brian.
Right, but Hawaii and Tahiti, which is here somewhere, is they're actually in reality should be in the same time zone, but because of when you see them in a different time zone on this type of projection, on the Gleason's projection and the AE map, is because they're all AE maps, all these three, is because the stretching that has happened south of the equator. Like look at Australia, best example, but that stretching has caused because there's more stretching the further south away from the center you go, and that caused Tahiti to be over here. There is Tahiti. So Tahiti is over in the wrong time zone. It should be in this one. If you see what I'm saying, it should be in this one, but it's not. Right?
No, it's in the time zone that the government of Tahiti has put it in, Brian.
Because of the stretching. So this is what they try to do. They think that they can just give you some map like the Mercator projection where they've messed with the time zones, or they can flatten out some some Gleason's projection or whatever, and they think they can then just stretch out the land masses and stuff. It doesn't work like that, right? And I just show here. If I come up here, you can see this is 10 p.m. here. This is 9 p.m. This is 8 p.m. It's hard to see, but you can basically take my word for it. You can see if I find this map online. Right, 10, 9, 8. Perth is over here. Right, there's Perth over here. There's Brisbane over here. So, right, so technically Perth would be like 7:30, and Brisbane would be like 10:25 or something, or 10:15. Like it's completely.
Oh, by the way, I will. Is it going to give me? Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Yeah. If you want a good song, where are we at? There we go. Click on this link. I'm not going to paste it because I'll get struck. But if you have trouble with anxiety, this is the song for you.
Bizarre. Whereas in reality, Perth is within this line, and Brisbane is within this line, and so is Sydney and everything else. So it's ridiculous that they try and tell us that they try and show us maps like this and others, and they're messing around with the time zones. Like
nobody's messing around with time zones, Brian. You're just too dumb to fucking understand that time zones aren't longitude. The only person that has a problem, Brian, is you, because you're not smart enough to not have a problem.
The reason they're doing that is because they know they're not stupid. They know that there's no way around it. So they know that as soon as that they know the time zones because they have to use them for aviation and navigation and sailing, all kinds of stuff. They know the time zones in Australia. They know this. Like Pastor Will Duffy knew the problem. Like these people know these things. They're not all stupid. They know it, but they're doing the best to kind of not let the world know, trying to hide it. And they have all these trolls and lunatics coming into my channel, trying to make up an extra hour that doesn't exist in Australia.
God damn it, man! Holy shit!
It's crazy, some of these people, but that's what they do. This is completely wrong. The actual correct layout, or a more correct layout of the world is this, where it's this. Australia is not stretching across 4; it's only within 2.
Okay. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you've got 12 times. So you've got, this is 30 degrees, motherfucker. This is 30 degrees. You only got two lives because each one of these is an hour, not a half an hour, Brian. See, you've got this drawn out from the 24-hour clock. This is 30 degrees. If you want to do every hour, there'd be a line here, and there's a line here, Brian.
Because there's only...
See, Australia, I'm sorry, these lines are set up right, but you've made Australia small. Let me correct myself. If you make Australia so it spans the right number of fucking longitude lines, Australia would be here because this is a stretched out version of the globe, you dumb motherfucker. Holy fucking shit, you're stupid. Holy fuck. So you've made Australia how it looks in real life and put it on a distorted map and said, see, it's not right. It doesn't look right. There's not enough lines. Of course there isn't. Holy fucking shit, you're stupid.
2 hours of correct local time between Brisbane and Perth, Newcastle and Perth, Sydney and Perth, Melbourne and Perth, Hobart and Perth, and an hour and a half being Adelaide and Perth. So there's no way for it to stretch any further than that. This is the most likely what the world looks like.
No, that's not what the world looks like, Brian. That's a stretched out, deformed version of what the world looks like. You want to know what the world looks like? This is what the fucking world looks like, Brian.
Closest to it that we have, that I'm aware of. This is it. There isn't anything more correct than this type of map. Because at least the time zones are correct. And you have to have correct time zones when you're flying and all kinds of stuff. So I really don't know what else to say. Like, I mean, I've shown this and pointed it out so many times. But I needed to go through this because of the lunatics that are on my channel commenting. Like, who are trying to say there's 3 time zones between 8 and 10. When there's only 2 hours. That means you're claiming that there's 3 hours between 8 and 10.
No, that's not what we're saying, Brian. Time zones are not always on the hour.
That's how crazy these people are. I think a lot of these, like, I mean, some people say, oh, a lot of them are paid, and maybe they are. But some of these people are just plain crazy. They're just crazy people, and that's it. And the globe outdoors, they require there to be 3 hours of correct local time between Sydney and Perth. There isn't. There's only 2. No matter what way they twist or turn it, there's no way around it. What they show us on globe projections, what they've been showing us for years on globe projections, right? These kind of things. And as I said, there is no globe projection because you can't put a 3-dimensional globe, make it into a map. You can't do that. Without.
You showed how it's done, Brian. Right there. Remember that? Remember that? How you showed how it's done? You don't. God damn it, you're dumb as fuck, man.
Like, it's impossible to do, right? Because of spherical excess. You can't do it. But
because of spherical excess. Jesus fucking Christ, what a dumb fuck.
This is what they want us to believe, but this is not true. So that means this is all wrong, and they think they're claiming that it's taken from then is all wrong.
Yeah, see the picture you showed there, Brian? See that?
So that means this is all wrong, and they think they're claiming that it's taken from then.
Yeah, see, this is how they project it, Brian. This is how they project it. See how they've taken a flat sheet, right? And they line it up with the edge of with the surface of the earth, and they project each line up here. See how this one's projected up here, and then this line here is projected here, and then this one is projected here, and this one is projected here. See that, Brian? See how that works? See how that works? And they just keep doing it with each line of longitude and each line of latitude. And that's how they wrap it. See, this sheet of paper here is this right here, Brian, before you put the shit on it. Before you project onto it. You are dumb as dog shit, Brian. You're not smart at all.
And it's all wrong. But this is correct. There is Australia does sit within 30 degrees of longitude. That's why it sits with 2 hours of
No, it sits within 39 degrees of longitude, Brian. 39.
correct local time between Brisbane and Perth.
See how these lines are 30 degrees apart? Or they're 15 degrees, but see if you drew it correctly, Australia would be out here. The edge of Australia would be here. See, if you were honest, but you're not, so you did this.
There's no way around it. There is no way out of this. The earth is flat. End of story. There's no coming back. There's no maybes. There's no adding an hour in. It can't be done. If you can see here, you can see why between Charlton, South Carolina, and Long Beach, Southern California, you can see, I'll just zoom in there, right? You can see why there's 3 hours of correct local time between these two places. They're at 32 degrees north latitude, right? You can see it because it fits the latitude and longitude grid. Then you come to Australia and you can see why there's only 2 hours of correct local time across the.
So let me ask, Brian, why are these lines slanted in toward each other? Why are these pointing in toward each other? Why aren't they straight out? Why, Brian? Why?
Same distance across the 32nd degree south latitude between Sydney and Perth. It couldn't be more obvious. There's no way out of it. You can't, there's just no way out of it. These people, they're so crazy. As I said, if the world at large knew just how crazy the people that.
Oh, I see what he's done. He's taken this clock, this clock, right? The AE map lines of longitude and latitude, and he's superimposed it on a projection, a trilobe projection. See, this is a 3-point projection, Brian. 1 point's here, 1 point's here, and 1 point's here, because this is where the majority of land lies. South of the equator is Australia, South America, and Africa. See how these lines are bent? See how they're bent to a point that's somewhere out here? See how these lines line up? They get bigger here, and they get further away here and closer together here. That's because of the type of projection you use, Brian.
That are promoting and supporting what they believe the earth to be. If they only realised just how crazy these people were and how stupid they are. Some of them aren't crazy, they're just stupid. It's like unbelievably thick. There's like, what is it with a lot of these people? What is it that runs in their blood? Is it a generational thing or something? That the globe just gradually makes people thick. I don't know what it is. But these people are stupid. Some of them are straight out crazy people. Some of them are straight out liars. And some of them are just stupid.
That's some heck of a projection there, Brian. You own a bullhorn?
There's no way out of it. This is the most correct world map in existence.
No, it's not, Brian. It fucking isn't. This is the most correct world map in existence, you stupid motherfucker. See that? He really is a dumb fuck, isn't he?
I would say. And this is not correct, but it's the most correct in existence. Even though that's not correct. But it's more correct than, certainly more correct than this rubbish.
Yeah. It's because that's a projection as well, Brian. That's a projection of this.
By a country mile. And more correct than this. Right? Even though this is very detailed, it's more correct. At least Australia is within the times it's supposed to be. Anyway, that's, hopefully I got the point across, and hopefully I know I went on a bit, but
God
it's hard
damn,
to believe. So it's
what a dumb motherfucker.
hard to believe that the world are at this stage, they're not aware of who's supposed to be representing them against us. It's crazy. Thanks for watching.
Man, holy shit. Holy crap, he's dumb. And I've only been on for an hour. We can go a little further. Dredge some shit up. Oh, here's something funny. Just something I noticed. Where is it? Where the hell is it? He was talking to he was discussing something with a guy here. This is Brandon Joe Williams. He's a dumb fucking sovereign citizen. Where the hell is it? I think it was this guy, but this is a different thumbnail.
It's like, why are we not talking about this? You're define words even. You know, it's something as simple as that. Like, what? It's
No, this isn't the one.
of state citizens.
Yeah, they think that they think that residents and states that citizens of the state are different than state citizens. Some shit like that. Maybe this is it.
Welcome.
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't this. Where the hell was it? Son of a bitch. What I'm trying to show is one of these dumb fuckers that he interviewed had the Gleason's map on the wall in back of him, just showing the close ties that Flat Earth has with these dumb fucks. I can't find it. Did he take it down? He must have taken the video down. Yeah, I can't find it. Not that guy. Swear it was this Kevin Hoyt guy. Does he have a link to this guy's channel? Does he have a channel? Probably not. I think it was this joker.
Good afternoon, Patriots, and welcome. All of today, we're looking.
Good afternoon, Patriots. Anyway, yeah, I can't find it.
Barely finished basic training for a correction.
No. Oh well, he must have taken the video down. One thing I did want to show was where is it? You can never find shit. Shorts. Here we go. God damn it. Okay. What the hell? What the fuck? It's the video from Mikey. Did he take it? Did he take his down too? They were really fucking. There it is. Sit down. Sit down. Stop standing and clawing my leg. How are we going to do this? There we go. I think that'll do.
All right, guys, we got some more.
I mean, this is how much this motherfucker's lost it. He never had it, but
I'm just going to show you something here. We got some more firmament proof in plain sight. Lots of you who live in the
so yeah.
United States of America, yay for that. We've got the New York Grand Central Terminal. May want to take a moment to read that. And we will go to some. It's very interesting why they do that in construction. But we'll just tap the images here. And you can see, because as soon as I saw that on the First Amendment audit video just before this one I watched, he was showing pictures of the of the train station.
Yeah, that's a painting on a ceiling, dumb fuck. That's not the firmament.
And as soon as I looked at it, I was like, oh my God. Because this is exactly what me being the first one out of two people now that have recorded the
Oh, sorry.
images here. And you can see, because as soon as I saw that on the First Amendment audit video just before this one I watched, he was showing pictures of the of the train station, the ceiling, and as soon as I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, because this is exactly what me being the first one out of two people now that have recorded the firmament. And that's immediately what I said to myself when I looked at that picture.
Of course you did, because you're fucking dumb. Of course you're going to look at a ceiling and say, oh, that's the firmament.
100% in plain sight. The firmament in New York. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, folks. Hey, Globies. Are you going to get off your asses and do anything? Or are you just going to jibber jabber and do nothing? Remember, we're...
Hey, Mikey, when are you going to focus your fucking camera, learn how to use your equipment? Or are you just going to jibber jabber?
looking for a recording of a video of Orion's Nebula. I have recorded multiple recordings, but yet all I can find on YouTube is bullshit cartoons and computer-generated images.
No, you find videos and images taken by people who know how to use their fucking equipment there, Mikey. You don't.
Right, guys. Thanks a lot for your time. Have a wonderful day.
What a dumb motherfucker. Anyway, that should do it. Hour and a half's good enough for me. So thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later. Be seeing you.